Huh?
They released them on DVD eventually, didn't they?
I think they do have them on DVD.
Yeah, I have them on DVD.
The originals? Original?
Yeah. They'll probably bring out the originals on Blu-ray sometime.
But it's not surprising. If you go to any Disney park, you'll see how much Star Wars stuff they have there. Like that, you could see that coming from
beforehand. But I don't know. I'm indifferent. Some people are really up and
I'm kind of like, I'm not so much angry or anything like that. I think the best thing that it comes from this is George Lucas will not be directing, obviously.
Yeah. Well, won't be writing it either.
He won't be writing it, he won't be directing it. So, I mean, it's in the hands of Disney, and really, like, Disney...
Look at Marvel. Look at Marvel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Marvel's had great success.
Look at the Avengers. That's
Avengers
awesome.
is Disney.
If it's going to go to anybody's hands, Disney would be the safest to put it to. You know what I mean? Like, Disney doesn't screw
People are
up
afraid of it being
much.
becoming Disney-fied.
I don't
they've
think
been
Avengers.
they've been for the most part hands off about. I mean, they've been in there, but they've been hands off about. Like when you see the Marvel movies, it's not like Disney's Marvel's Adventures or whatever.
Exactly.
It's Marvel.
It's Marvel. Yeah, they respect the brand.
It's not going to be Mickey Mouse in space now.
I don't think it'll be any
That's
different.
the joke everybody's making.
Yeah, I don't think I saw a picture of what's it called, Han Solo, when he's in the canteen or whatever. He's leaning back and he's got his boot up, and it says Andy on the bottom of his boot.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
But like the thing is, the best thing about the Star Wars universe itself is the universe, not the. For me, it's not the movies; it's the universe itself that interests me. Because as far as the movies go, I only like A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. The rest are hit or miss for me. Like there's only elements that are good out of those.
I like the sixth one.
Yeah.
You like Return of the Jedi? I liked Return of the Jedi a lot when I was a kid, but more recently I went back and watched them, and I didn't really care for it. Like it was the beginning of like. For me, it reminded me more of the original, like the new trilogy. Acting and writing wise, it seemed kind of wooden. I don't know what the deal was.
Well, I actually think The Empire Strikes Back was my least favorite of the originals.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have like a beginning or an end; it's just kind of in the middle.
Yeah, it is. It's very much like a to be continued. But
I could go for a Star Wars marathon soon. Watch all of them. Well, I mean, I guess watch the. I just don't like thinking about the new ones. They're so poop.
I like watching them.
I mean, I can still watch them, but it makes me think of what could have been.
Especially with Liam Neeson.
Yeah. As Qui-Gon Jinn.
He dies!
Spoilers!
but yeah,
And whiny fucking Darth Vader.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they do.
I'm excited because, like
a lot of
Dan was
potential.
saying, the universe is so
much
expansive.
Mm-hmm.
And
But the thing was, the movies always follow the Skywalkers. Like,
Yeah.
if they're making episode 7, then you would
could
think
follow,
it would
yeah.
follow that. Because like I was watching a podcast more recently where they were going really in depth about it. They don't know where it would go because the original trilogy is the hero's journey. Like he starts off, small, becomes a hero by the end of it. The new trilogy was the Fall from Grace, where it starts off, you see Anakin, he has a destiny, and then by the end of it he becomes, the bad guy. Like what are they gonna do with a new trilogy?
I don't know. It'd be interesting to see if they decided to go stray away from the Skywalker storyline. I'd like to see there's a lot of other stuff going on there.
About a villain that turns into a hero.
Well, although with the flip side of that coin is that
I thought about that.
the flip side of that coin is you probably will get you will get a lot of people that are outraged, how could you stray away from the core that makes it Star Wars?
Well, there already are books that take place after the movies.
yeah, like old Luke Skywalker stuff.
I want the story of
Hans and
Porkins.
Leia have kids and
But
stuff.
nothing that's been so mainstream, like the big movie releases there's been nothing that
Two
followed other
of my
storylines.
favorite reasons
I'd like to see it.
that I like that I like Star Wars about, like Dan was saying with the universe, is Knights of the Republic games.
Mm-hmm.
Not the Old Republic. That's the same.
There's
time
plenty of
the
other
Knights of the Old
stories.
Republic stories.
There's plenty of stories that are split off, whether it be like you said, the video games,
yeah,
or the
there's
books,
hundreds and hundreds.
comics, the animated series now for the Clone Wars and stuff. There's a whole lot going on.
I think that brought us to the discussion where Dan said, Lord of the Rings really couldn't do any more with movies.
And then I realized
And then he's
that
like,
I was
wait.
completely wrong after this.
Because
Because there are so many stories that could be told. from
Yeah,
that.
there's all the stuff with the Numenorians.
when you create a huge, really rich universe like that, it's
Endless possibilities.
endless possibilities. Same thing with Mass Effect. I
I want to see them expand.
I want to see them. Yeah, I want to see. I wouldn't care if I was like some mercenary dude. You know what I mean? Like some nameless person you don't even know anything about, and then learn about that character.
No, it's an awesome universe, and they could bring it into so much more, but they just haven't kept it.
What if Pixar did a Boba Fett movie?
They did a Boba Fett game. I remember that, and I think that was absolute poop if I heard correctly, but I never played it.
I want Star Wars Battlefront 3. Someone says.
Yeah, they've been.
I do
that's been
too.
on and off forever.
That'd be cool.
I've heard stuff.
Battlefront.
About
No, they were already like in crazy production.
Yeah, they were, and then it got
the
shut
studio,
down.
yeah, the
What's
studio
that?
got shut down.
Yeah, it's
Star Wars
been
game
on
that's
and
coming out.
off, and I've heard stuff.
What
in
I think would be
betas.
cool with that is if they had like a Battlefront 3 that was still Star Wars and still blast with all that stuff, but a little more gritty. You know, what I mean? A little
What's that
more,
Star Wars
Not
game
Call
that's
of
coming
Duty.
out?
That would
was
be-
announced at E3.
I don't want to say Call of Duty if I like Call of Duty.
That's they're making the new Star Wars game, the
Yeah. I can't remember what it's called.
1913.
Yeah, something with numbers.
It's a number,
I can't remember
and
what
it's
it is.
just made.
That is more gritty, yes.
It's just a grittier, like M-rated title.
And that's why
for
when I
Star
saw that, I
Wars.
was like,
Oh, is that the one that takes place in like the pit or something
Yeah,
like that?
yeah.
Yeah, I think I
It's
saw
like
it.
Dante's Inferno.
1313.
See, that's the kind of stuff that could like it'd be fun to see a movie of a character that
Yeah.
isn't a Jedi or something like that,
Exactly.
but is like a bounty hunter. There's plenty of bounty hunter characters and stuff like that. But
yeah.
Star Wars has so much potential.
So Star Wars is.
So does
Disney.
Mass Effect. So does Lord of the Rings. I don't feel
I want to see a Star Wars game based on Jawas.
Jawa.
Just Jawas. Let's learn more about the Jawas. How did they become Jawas?
How did they become those little weirdos with glowing eyes?
You can find those droids and you can.
How about the
just, like,
sand people?
it'd be like one of those independent foreign films where it's all subtitled.
Yeah.
It's like a complicated relationship between a brother and a sister who love each other, but it's a forbidden love.
It's a very like it's a very like delicate romantic scene.
It's
and
called
just-
Sand People, Sand Trap.
I just think it'd be good to see like the emotional scenes and the what you're hearing.
It's so annoying in about 8 seconds.
Ewok game.
And then there's new forms of communication that we don't get to see in the movies that they're making like.
The game is better for Connect.
That's their normal talking voice.
Somebody said Sand People are an allegory for the Middle East, in which case, if that's true, that's racist.
There's a game
The
based
Sand
on
People in
this
general,
very
because they just
racist.
run around, they're very warlike, and they go,
If there was a game based on
Pretty
those
much.
characters, it would be better played. with
George
Kinect.
Lucas. What a jerk. What was that, Z?
If there was a game based on those characters, it would be better played with Connect, with voice command.
We gotta move up. Quick, go ahead. Repeat after me.
Somebody said, what if Disney is watching Creature Talk right now and feeding off your ideas?
Yeah, probably.
That's copyright.
Yeah, we had that old zombie MMO.
Pay us
That was the first thing they did after George Lucas signed their deal. They were like, watch Creature Talk this week.
They had
They're going
some
to talk
good
about
ideas, man.
Give them 4 billow.
Yeah, I'll take 4 billow for some ideas.
For Billow.
My ears.
Yeah,
all
they had so the one of the Star Wars games they did. It was called Republic Commando. So I just the reason I thought of this because someone mentioned something about Wookiees, and that actually followed quite the Wookiee storyline.
You know what also followed quite the Wookiee storyline? The Star Wars Christmas special, and that blew.
There was a Star Wars Christmas special. I haven't seen it.
It was before they. Like did Empire Strikes Back, and it was like it's horrible. It's so infamous. Like George Lucas has all but wiped the existence of it off the face of the earth. But it's the internet now,
So it's like E.T. from Atari when they
Oh,
buried all those in the desert, apparently.
yeah.
Speaking of terrible games, did you ever get those Cabela games?
Yeah.
You
I
played?
played through one of them, and I actually had the other one here that was going to record today, but I got too caught up in Assassin's Creed.
Any other
Cabela's.
amazing scenes in the one game? Like the end
It
of
was okay. So I was telling Danny, it's pretty much the exact same game.
I figured.
It's like the dad and then the two
Like, same
kids.
plot?
And so dad and 2 kids, but this time the younger brother is a young whippersnapper to begin with, and the dad ends up getting killed in the beginning by a big bear. And now, 10 years later, I even predicted this in the playthrough. It was hilarious. I was like, oh, watch, it's going to say 10 years later. Sure enough, 10 years later when it faded out. And they're in Africa, and the younger whippersnapper son is turned into this hardened veteran, like this military guy. And his goal in life is to set out and kill every man-eating animal there is.
Okay.
And he gets word of this one lion that killed
This
the
one
dad.
whippersnapper lion.
This one lion that killed a dad that had 2 kids, and he wrote in his journal that he couldn't believe it was 2 kids that just got their dad taken away from him, much like him and his brother back when they were kids. So he went after that lion.
That
And-
cam
So
flap.
basically, all he did was replace like random wolf dog hyena thing with a lion this time.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
It was pretty interesting. But yeah, and then in the end, I just saved him and killed. It's pretty much just the biggest slaughter fest of animals you could ever imagine. Like, there's no tags, there's no like hunting permits. It's just like if you see something moving, you shoot it, and you shoot it fast.
No.
It was absolute slaughter. I couldn't believe how many animals.
Sergeant.
No.
There were baboons in that one. They didn't throw stuff at you though.
They didn't.
They weren't the genetically modified ones, so it was just a terrible game, though. That was just disappointing. But yeah,
Well,
We need to
nobody
play
else can
Conduit.
talk about that.
I'm about to find out what this game's gonna be like.
I haven't
here
even
soon.
played him. I'll play him sometime later next year, maybe.
Should do a Conduit playthrough.
I'm going to.
Whoa.
I'm gonna play. I actually have an older one that I have at my house that I haven't done a playthrough on. The story is even. Oh, it's so bad. Like it even puts these ones to shame. It's just less theatrical, but in this case, you're actually setting out again to kill a bear that killed your father.
To Kill a Mockingbird.
It's man, these games. Maybe the death of me because they're so stupid, but I can't stop playing them because they have 2-hour campaigns. But yeah, Star Wars.
Nah, nah, nah. Oh wait, Star Wars. Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
That ship has sailed.
Huh?
That ship is gone.
Are we done with Star Wars?
Yeah. How fitting.
That was well played.
That no was the fan base, and the yeah was George Lucas's wallet.
That
That's a
man
bad
could
fan.
live for the rest of his life off of Indiana Jones alone.
Or off of that $800 million he's probably going to keep out of the deal.
No, I was just saying, like, he could have lived off of that, but, you know, he has Star Wars that makes all the rest of his fortune.
Yeah.
Okay, well, should we start doing some callers, or do we have any other topics?
No.
Z doesn't want to do callers. All right, thank you for joining Creech Talk. Week of 11/3/12.
November 3/12.
All right, so I said, should we all tweet this TeamSpeak link out, or
No.
Just put it in the
Cats.
whatever.
Yeah, we might as well.
Why don't you why don't you do an overlay on the stream or something?
yeah, there you go, Coos.
That's
Do an
really
overlay.
complicated.
All right, well
Or we
then,
can tweet it out.
I don't
You're
have the
lazy.
information unless it's...
there's only 100 slots, so some of you guys might not get in. So try again next week, is what I'll say. For the people who do get in, you'll probably be banned for about 2 weeks, so you won't be able to be on the next Creature Talk either.
That's a good idea.
It's
Okay, I'm going to put...
not like
on-
any sort of angry ban or anything. It's just like if you get on, you'll ask a
You've
question.
had people in the
fair.
past go back to the other room,
Yeah, go
change
right
their
back
name, and then come back in and be like, oh!
Yeah.
So that's great.
So if you don't know what TeamSpeak is, just Google it, download it. It's not complicated.
It's free.
It's
Very
free.
complicated.
Just like Skype, except for easier for us to
And
do.
poopier.
It's easier but poopier.
So Creature
Weren't we
Talk.
talking about getting like stock and TeamSpeak?
Oh, that was a big, that was
Yeah,
a big
we were
topic.
going on.
That was like the best Creature Talk we had in months. That Creature Talk.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Which
That-
is
We
now
were all in
Speaking
different
of
rooms.
which-
We were
now
all
on
making fun of
iTunes.
each other. I liked
Speaking
it.
of which,
What?
I uploaded
Oh,
the
here we
past 3 Creature Talks to iTunes. So if you are subscribed already, refresh your feeds. And if you're not subscribed, you'll get all the idea episodes.
Can you upload them to TeamSpeak?
Huh?
Is that what he said? Uploaded to TeamSpeak?
No.
Oh.
Okay. Somebody,
Oh, God.
I got confused too.
somebody, Holly tweeted at me. And
Disney
I-
CEO.
Yeah, the Disney CEO thing. So somebody created on Twitch a username called Disney CEO and said, we would like to inform the creatures that yes, we are listening to Creature Talk, and yes, we will be taking any ideas we find applicable to the Star Wars franchise.
Do you get money for that?
I